Hi everyone. So today my sister and I will be doing a review on the re-released Neapolitan Ice Cream candle from Bath and Body Works. This is the 3-wick 14.5 ounce candle with approximate burn time of 25 to 45 hours. The retail price is $24.95 and Bath and Body Works uses a blended wax. In case you're interested in batch numbers, ours is 6076AG04. So if you don't know, previously Bath & Body Works first released this candle in 2025, and I believe that was during Candle Day. It was in a collection called the Sunday Funny collection. And I remember a lot of people, including myself, thought that this collection would be better suited to be released during the summer. And I feel like Bath & Body Works did listen to that because it was released for summer 1, I believe, in 2026. Anyways, to talk about the packaging, I personally like the packaging of the OG because especially the one or the candle that you see here that my sister is burning, there is a lot of issues that I feel like should have been caught during like the quality control section of the candle. There is a scuff on the lid, and a lot of the candles in store had almost like black peeling paint chips when you opened up the lid. This one has a white barn label, but overall I really like the scenic, almost like pastel Miami summer colors on the label. It's a wraparound, but there is also a little defect on the label where it's kind of ripped a little bit, and there's like a defect also on the glass. But anyways, to talk about the scent on cold, I'll ask my sister. So what did you think about the scent on cold?
It was all right.
So one of the things that I personally thought initially is because the store that we went to had these candles in the shelves. And I don't know if your Bath and Body Works stores have this, but our shelves, or not our shelves, but the shelves in the Bath and Body Works has lights overhead. So I feel like it acts a little bit like a low level candle lamp. Low key, I feel like they try to make the candle smell stronger in store by kind of heating it just enough that it releases some of the fragrance oils, but not enough that it melts. So underneath the candle lamp, which I'm calling the shelves that now, I feel like we got a lot of the chocolate more. So I thought that this was a mainly chocolate forward scent, which maybe that would be the case if you were to put it in a candle crock underneath a candle lamp. But I feel like that gave us the wrong impression because when we go to burn it, that's not really what we smell. On cold, in the other store that didn't have those shelving units, I feel like it smelled pretty similar to the OG. What would you find would be the difference on cold?
It wasn't really chocolate forward as the other one. It was, I feel like I could smell more of the strawberry and vanilla.
And then also one thing that I don't know if my sister and I are both remembering this incorrectly or not, or let me know what you think, but I remember in the OG, there was almost this like chilled ice cream just straight out of the cardboard. You have removed the little safety seal plastic and all that. And I feel like that's somewhat missing in this candle.
It's really missing. I haven't seen it, not even a whiff of it.
Okay, so then on cold, I would have to say that the strength is better than the original, at least in my opinion.
Yes, I would agree.
So, whereas before, I think I'll link up my review in case you're one of those people that think that this candle smells the same as the original, just to hear my thoughts previously. But I feel like this version, the 2026 one, is different. And I feel like I like the original one more, even though it's lighter. But strength on cold for me for this candle would be a 6 out of 10. I also want to make a note that it has creamy white wax and like those thicker rope-like wicks. Since my sister was the one who burned the candle initially, she did not trim her wicks. And what would you say was your experience with the candle? Oh, I think I might have missed this part, but the fragrance notes are strawberry sauce, vanilla buttercream, and milk chocolate.
No, I think because I think I burned it like 4 times, and initially the first 2-ish burns, I could smell more of the chocolate, and it was more like a chocolate syrup, not necessarily a cake. Mm-hmm. But I kept thinking throughout the burns, if you didn't tell me that this was a Neapolitan ice cream, mm-hmm. I don't think I would have just guessed. You know, like if you're just smelling it and like, guess what this candle name is, it would not be Neapolitan ice cream.
Okay, so there was nothing that screamed ice cream to you when you were burning it?
No, maybe just, I guess, chocolate is in, there's a chocolate Neapolitan, chocolate ice cream, but it could be chocolate syrup, the stuff you put on like smoothies or like.
It reminded me
wraps.
a little bit of the hot fudge drizzle, how it smelled. That it almost was like a chocolate sauce, but not necessarily like an ice cream or let's say like chocolate lava cake or like a baked aspect to it.
Yeah, this candle is very syrupy to me. Like syrup from like Starbucks, like the vanilla syrup, the chocolate syrup. It's just overly sweet.
Would you say it's cloying to you?
It's what?
Is it so sweet that it bothers you?
Yes.
Okay, and I feel like this is where we differ, because I am usually like 9 times out of 10, I can handle like cloying scents, artificial scents, candy scents. And I think that this candle, especially now that we're further down into the candle, it reminds me a lot of strawberry pound cake. And I think it's because whereas my sister, she mainly got chocolate initially when she was burning it the first like 2 times or so, I think that chocolate note not almost went away, but I feel like it really took a back seat during those first burns. And now it's a predominantly like strawberry vanilla frosting type of a scent. And I think that with strawberry pound cake, you do get like a baked shortbread note. Here, let me read the fragrance notes. Those are fresh picked strawberries, golden shortcake, whipped cream with natural essential oils. So I feel like that almost cloying sweetness, which I enjoy, from strawberry pound cake is present in this candle if you just remove the shortcake note. When we burned the original one, the 2025 Candle Day version one, I feel like the main note was the vanilla at one point, which I think led to it being a little bit lighter. But we had a wallflower plug going in the bathroom, the adjacent bathroom, and I felt like it really mixed well. And I think that strawberry note that took a back seat, it really helped blending those two products together, or having the wallflower plug going with my sister's candle. One thing I had to say though, and I think you noticed it, is that this candle is burning hotter, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so my sister had to limit her burn time to
about 2 hours.
2 hours, because if not, would it soot or would the flames just be too high?
It would just be really high. I don't think in all the burns that I've
did previously,
I saw any soot, but like it was any minute now. So I'm like, I'm trying to. Also, I didn't really care too much to have it on any longer, so I just turned it off.
So if someone were to ask you, are these two the same scents, what would you say?
Shaking my head, no.
I remember
no.
I remember before when I did this review, just solo by myself, I remember towards the midway mark, there were less burn issues, and I'll do an overhead view and show you that in a little bit, but I almost got this like Pizookie soft baked cookie that you have like ice cream on top. But this one, I'm mainly just getting like a buttercream or like a strawberry frosty note. It's very, very sweet, and it's not really realistic, and I'm not really getting Neapolitan ice cream. So I do think this candle is different, and it smells better, at least to me, on cold than while burning. But I also really enjoy candles like strawberry pound cake and like super sweet candles, so it doesn't really bother me at all compared to my sister, where I think she's getting a little annoyed with the scent and may or may not put this in her candle crock to see if perhaps the chocolate notes or the other notes come to the forefront.
Now thinking back, I don't think I've ever burned strawberry pound cake.
Oh no,
in my room.
Yeah, it could be a little bit
at
sweet.
all. I think if I have, I think I've just crocked it. I think I maybe got it in a single wick, or it's still in my like stash where it's like I'm never burning it, or they will be the last ones to go.
Yeah, this candle is definitely for people who have a very sweet tooth, I guess, and like super sweet fragrances,
and don't mind the non-realistic like fragrances.
Okay, let me go ahead and change the overhead view, because my sister was limiting her burn time to 2 hours. However, I ended up burning this for 3 hours. And if you can tell...
Big mistake.
Yeah, big mistake. Horrible mistake. Right now, the wax pool is very, very murky. I don't know if I need to soak up some wax before I return the candle to her, if she even wants to put this in her candle crock. But yeah, I think it's because of the stubby, ropier wicks. Anyway, so I left this burning for about 3 hours, and I think that's what caused my wax pool to get dirty. I did trim my wicks, so I feel like you're having that stereotypical or your typical Bath and Body Works puny wicks at the midway mark. I think I will have to eventually soak up some wax. One, because the wax pool is dirty, and two, because the wicks might drown out. I think I could kind of do that one option where you just continue to burn the candle for a longer period of time, but I think that'll just lead to a murkier and murkier wax pool. But yeah, that's how it's been going. So unfortunately, this is, I think, not the candle that my sister was hoping for. I do have to say, though, that with the older packaging, there was a silicone lid, and this might just be pure speculation, but I feel like now when I smell my sister's old candle, I feel like it is a little bit lighter than it was originally. And out of the Sunday Funday collection, I feel like that Neapolitan Ice Cream was the lightest out of the bunch. This one, I feel like one of the main differences is that it's stronger both while burning and on cold, but I think just the scent has changed. To talk about the strength while burning, what would you give it?
It's like medium strong.
Medium strong? Okay, my sister was burning that in her smaller bedroom. I would say in my medium-sized bedroom, it's about a 7 out of 10. This candle has no issues with pulling out because it's burning a bit stronger, and I would say I could smell whiffs of this after 15 minutes or so, and it's that strawberry sweetness that I get initially. I feel like right now I can barely detect any chocolate. I think that if I didn't know chocolate was listed, I would assume that this was a strawberries and cream candle.
One thing that the original had that I think this one also kind of has is that it transformed, like the first couple burns versus the middle of the candle and then the end. Mm-hmm. That's why I kept burning it, even though I didn't really care too much for it.
You're waiting for this candle to transform?
Transform, yeah. But it took a turn for the worse. Okay. So initially it was chocolatey. It was okay. Mm-hmm. And then when it started getting into that like strawberry pound cake one, it's just, the sweetness level just shot through the roof, and I'm over it. Who knows how it'll look in the, the last phase of this candle, but it might just be soot.
Anyways, so for projection, I think this is pretty good.
Yes.
And I want to say that the OG also had good projection if you kept it burning for a longer period of time. This one, you get obviously burn issues with the dirty wax pool if you leave it burning for a longer period of time. But I think that if you have it burning for, let's say, like 2 to 2.5 hours, the projection would be, I would also give it an 8 out of 10, because when I had this burning in my room, my sister could smell it in the kitchen.
Yeah, in the kitchen, living room area.
So and what was the scent that you were getting? That just strawberry sweetness?
Strawberry pound cake, basically.
But do you get a cake, or do you just get like...
Well, that's the closest like
equivalent?
Scent, equivalent that I know of. Okay. But yeah, it's not too much of the actual cake, like the bread itself. It's the artificial strawberry note.
Yeah, so I definitely think that for this version, personally, I think the strawberry note was amped up in order to improve the strength and the throw, because previously I think we got little hints of chocolate, and I think the vanilla note, those are hard to make strong. I think that's why it was altered, potentially, in my theory, in order to make this candle stronger. And they're like, let's go
with the bestseller strawberry pound cake. So I think if anyone really likes strawberry pound cake, they might like this candle. Mm-hmm. But if you don't like strawberry pound cake, don't even go anywhere near this.
I think, though, that this might be a little bit different if you don't burn it and if you exclusively lamp or crock this. Because, again, I'm thinking about the store that they had it underneath those lights, and I got a lot of chocolate.
Yeah, it smelled good.
Yeah, it smelled good. So I think maybe for the one that I have, I will exclusively put it underneath my candle lamp. But sister, is this one that you would repurchase or recommend? Okay, would you repurchase it?
No.
Okay, and
would I have you repurchase it? If it was dirt cheap, maybe.
Okay, and I think that this would be a candle that I would only repurchase during SAS if it went 75% off, because I do enjoy it, but it just isn't really the scent that I remember and that I wanted when it was first released, which I think it's very typical of Bath and Body Works to do, especially for body care. If something comes out that first year and then they re-release it, it gets tweaked. Either it gets watered down, it gets altered, a scent note becomes more prominent than the other one. So I think that if you like the initial release of the product, I think that you should get as many as you want the first time, because there's no guarantee that it will return the same way as it was. But as far as this one, I would recommend it if you enjoy fragrances like strawberry pound cake, if you like strawberry scents that lean a little bit artificial. You definitely have to like sweet fragrances. If you want this candle for the chocolate note or the vanilla note, I think you might be a little bit disappointed, specifically the chocolate note if you burn it. But yeah, overall, the burn performance has been giving me a bit like some issues with the dirty wax pull, the high flames and whatnot. Yeah, I might have to, after this review, go ahead and either give it back to my sister to crog or put it underneath my lamp. But thank you so much for watching our more chatty review. Let us know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, bye.